Good morning, everyone. Snowbird Gardner here. This is a spreadsheet of the 7 churches in the book of Revelations and what Jesus said to them and what they were doing right. And here were the corrections that he gave them. And here were the outcomes. These outcomes are really good. So the first one was Ephesus. And he said they were hardworking. They had endured. They didn't allow evil among them. And they never gave up. But his correction was that they didn't have as much love as they had at the beginning. So they were to go back and love like they used to. And if they did, they would eat from the tree of life. The church at Smyrna, he said they had suffered and they were poor and people criticized them. Some were in jail for following Jesus, but he had no corrections for them. And the outcome was that they would have a glorious life and they wouldn't be hurt by the second death. The church at Pergamum, he said they'd been true to his name and they didn't give up. But he warned them, don't eat food that is offered to idols and let there be no immorality. And if they followed Jesus, they would eat the hidden food and they would get a white stone from him. The church at Thyatira, he said that they had love and faith and service and endured, and they were doing more now than they had ever done before. But he warned them also, don't eat food offered to idols, and let there be no immorality among them. And if they did those things, they would rule the nations. The church at Sardis, he said there were only a few of them that were not sinning. The church itself was dead. That was his criticism. But if they would repent of their sins, turn to him, then they would wear white clothes. Their names would not be erased from the book of life. And in the church at Philadelphia, Jesus said they didn't deny Jesus. They obeyed and they endured. But his criticism of them was that they were weak. But if they would become strong again, Jesus would open a door that no one could close, and they would be protected, and they would get a crown of gold, and they would be made into a pillar in the house of God. And the last one, Laodicea, Jesus said he was knocking. And then he said as his correction was that they weren't hot or cold. They were lukewarm. And he said they were pitiful and poor and blind and naked. And they were to turn from these sins. And then they could eat with Jesus and sit on his throne with him. Ooh, interesting, huh? Hope that helps you to understand the book of Revelations a little bit more. See you tomorrow.